Okay, so the beginning of thinking about anything or learning something new is organizing the parts. There was a guy, everybody thinks he's a genius, but he says he's not. But he organizes the parts. He takes a complicated something and he boils it down and looks at different parts of it and kind of categorizes them and then comes up with conclusions based on those parts. Now that's the smart way to do it. That's a smart tool. Just the first thing you do when you can use, I say this in troubleshooting, but the first thing you want to do is you want to look at the what and the why and and go through the basics of the questions. But you also want to be able to organize the parts, especially something that's more mathematically minded than policy or information. So, it's like figuring out a problem in the numbers. You have to categorize those numbers into what they actually are, and then you go through and try and add them up different ways or subtract them up different ways or whatever. So it's a smart tool to just first think about how am I going to organize these parts. Now, who, what, when, why, all those are ways to organize it. Similarities, opposites is another way. And so there is a list of things you can go through when looking at the parts of anything. It also kind of helps you conceptually find the fallacies, find the errors, because if they say this point is true, but then there's a fallacy that isn't true because that's based on incorrect parts. By separating up the parts, you can see, well, is that true? Is that false? Is that neutral? Which that happens to, but that'll help you to reason through things, and that's a tool smart people use.